Decades ago, when call boxes were added to San Diego highways, they were considered a huge safety advance. But face it, these days most people carry cell phones, and keeping those call boxes working costs money, which could be better spent elsewhere or given back to taxpayers. A couple of local politicians think the call boxes are obsolete and it's time to go. Brett Godwin has their story. Hey, Brett.
Hey, Lauren, you're right. Call box usage has dwindled, but the pot of money that we pay a fee into has grown into millions. And a couple of local politicians, well, they say we'd like to see that money either repurposed or given back to the people who've been paying the fee.
Well, I just think the world's changed so dramatically, and government's always the last to change. It's always the slowest, the most behind the times. And this is an example where technology has just passed by a program.
The program California Assemblyman Nathan Fletcher is referring to is the call box program. They're the yellow boxes that hang below bright blue signs. They're part of the freeway landscape.
So many ways, this is a perfect example of technology and innovation moving and a government program not.
In the 90s, call box usage was around 170,000 calls a year. By 2010, the calls had dropped to just under 12,000, thanks to cell phones. Though you may not realize it, you've been subsidizing the call box program. $1 from your automobile registration fee is placed in a reserve fund to maintain the boxes. The fund is now at $12 million.
And there is more than enough money to run this program for years and years and years and years and years.
San Diego City Councilwoman Lori Zaff is on a board that oversees the program in San Diego County. She would like to see the registration fee suspended or the money that continues to be added to the reserve repurposed.
I have a big problem with people coming in and saying, oh, well, that's not, really relevant anymore. Let's find another way to spend the money.
Because the program is statewide, Zaff and fellow council member David Alvarez approached Fletcher.
What Nathan Fletcher and the legislation he's looking at would literally change the program throughout the state.
In support of the change, San Diego County Supervisor Bill Horn says there are still rural areas in the county where call boxes are needed.
And if you break down or you have an emergency, I think it's important to have a location close to you to do that because your cell phone doesn't always work.
If we still need call boxes in these, very rural outlying areas to continue to fund that, but we don't need a major infrastructure in place to do that.
Now, Fletcher says they are looking at options whether to repurpose the funding or perhaps to suspend the fee altogether that you and I pay into the program. Kathleen, once that happens, then they've decided what to do. He's going to introduce legislation next year.
I know a lot of families took road trips this summer just like me, and you see them along the highways and you think, does anybody use those anymore? I'm glad that you brought this story to our attention.
Exactly. Thanks.
All right. Thanks a lot, Brett Godwin, tonight. We have a traffic